Thrice, twice, uno. Stay strange. Stay strange.
I also want to point out that we have been in sync
When editing, like
when editing. Like,
fuck
I
yeah.
think the first episode was the hardest because I had so many technical difficulties.
Oh well,
But
these things
even
happen.
then, we were lined up somewhat. It was there. It was
That's
a
pretty
little
amazing because that one
shady,
was
but other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing with the editing.
s- so in sync. I love that for us.
I do too. I do
That's
too.
that's phenomenal. Hi Odd Fam. Welcome back to Oddities. I'm Cassie,
I'm Kelly.
and welcome back to Strange Town. We are still strange, and we're still here. And
Mm-hmm.
some may say, still odd.
But of course,
But of course, if the shoe fits. In the description, you'll find everything you could ever want in life except for $1 million. We've got our social media, we have our Patreon, we have our merch store, our email, and all the artists that we've worked with along the way. So, chickadee chickadee, check it out. And yeah, that's it. There we go.
how's
That's
my borsty doing?
your Borsty's. Your Borsty's a little fried. It's been a long week, which is funny because last week was definitely longer. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, this strange thing has happened this week that doesn't usually happen when I have you know how we had the holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Normally when it's a shorter week, I'm always one day behind, but for some reason I have consistently been one day ahead. So like yesterday I was like, fuck yeah, it's Friday, and it was not Friday, obviously.
Ah.
I'd rather have it the other way, right? Where I'm one day behind and I'm like, oh, it's Friday, even though I only think it's Thursday.
Yeah.
So that was like Trey disappointing yesterday.
I
Um,
have. I have to admit, I've been experiencing that too. So
you're a day ahead too.
yeah. For like yesterday, I was walking around convinced it was Friday.
Okay, so you get it. How strange.
And then I saw something on the kids' schedule and I was realizing, shit, it's not Friday, which means one, don't get to record with my bestie.
Womp.
Two, it's fucking Thursday.
Two, two, two areas of disappointment right there.
It's
So,
just like, damn.
mhm.
But then Michael took me to the farmer's market and everything was fine.
And it was a great time.
Yeah.
Um, I, aside from that, it's been, fine. It's a pretty low key week. Work remains annoying, but that's classic. And that's really the latest and greatest on it. I am excited to say that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder season 2 has dropped on Netflix. So, the unfortunate side of that is I started to watch it and realized that I forgot everything from season 1. So now I'm rewatching season 1 before I dive back into season 2.
Okay.
But uh, I'm sure it'll be a great season. So I love that. This week, or this weekend, I should say, is going to be like a relatively chill weekend for us, which will be great. We have a fun park day planned tomorrow with the boy, the tiny small boy. So that'll
Very
be
exciting.
excellent. Um, and then Sunday, I'm hanging out with a buddy. Don't know what we're doing yet, but it'll be a good time. I'm also in the thick of it with planning the girls' trip, the witchy girls' trip.
I'm really excited to get the rundown on all of that. I'm going to be honest with you.
I know, I can't wait to
The
share
witchy
it.
trip sounds so much fun. Anyway,
Honestly, if we do it again, we'll just have you come out. Like, just you don't know these girls at all, but what does it matter? You know me, so.
I know Alex.
Oh, you know Alex. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we can just do that. So perfect. Um,
um,
and I have decided I will be going as our Lord and Savior Baba Yaga.
oh, thank goodness.
So I have
I
to
love
start.
this for you.
I got to start working up that whole outfit.
This is an important question that I really do need to know the answer to, though, because
Yes,
you're going to
yes,
the Poconos.
yes.
Are you hitting the Jubilee?
I think we're probably gonna have to. It's only 5 minutes from where we're staying.
Oh my God. I
We
miss
hit
that restaurant so
we hit the
much.
I know, we hit the Jubilee on the way out of town for her bachelorette party and we were thriving because most of the girls were hungover and they have excellent breakfast foods, which is just
They really
perfect
do.
for hangovers. So
They had
I
excellent
suspect,
coffee. They had excellent everything. I love my mug from there.
me too. And now I have two from there, so it's just the
I would get
best.
another one in a heartbeat.
I'm gonna get a third. If they have a new color, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the
I
best
love
mugs I
this for
own.
us.
Great for coffee, great for tea, great for soup, great for ice cream.
Yep. It's like it's oh,
It's
and
just
it
the right
holds in your
size.
hand so perfectly.
Big fan. So
So,
shout out to the Jubilee.
yeah,
How's my birthday?
I'm good. As I said, Michael took us to the farmers market yesterday, and like there one of these weeks, I want to go every single day just to see the differences
You
because it
should.
runs from Thursday to Sunday. But I
Totally.
want to see like, oh, there's more vendors on this day, or there's less people on this day, maybe that type of thing. Um, I got fish and chips for lunch yesterday, and it
Yum.
was delightful.
Okay.
100%. I'm very picky about my fish and chips.
Okay.
This one was not disappointing in any way, shape, or form.
Well, what makes it
So,
good in your opinion? Because I'm
the
not a
batter
okay, okay.
and the type of fish. And they had three different fishes that you could have chosen from. You could have gotten halibut, cod, or rockfish.
I 100% only ever thought it was just cod all the time, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
We got halibut
For the halibut.
for the halibut. And it was delicious. Michael and I split a plate.
Nice.
And I mean, it was like two pieces of fish, but they were massive.
Yeah, it wasn't like any like fucking tiny
No,
ass
it
like
wasn't. It
bullshit.
wasn't like fish sticks bullshit.
Yeah.
It was good, and the fries. I don't know. They had this like really good crust on them.
Ooh, I love a
I love a
crusty
good
fry.
fry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 100% not disappointing there. Um, all the vendors that were there were really great and really kind. We got some great produce, and we got some pickles, but not pickles. We got pickled onions, pickled garlic, and pickled asparagus. I'm
Oh
gonna tell you
shit.
something. All of it tastes great.
Oh, I believe it.
Um, I found this vendor that does like pet treats for your dogs and
Yes.
cats, and it's all locally sourced and like made with clean ingredients. So if your dog or cat has allergies, like mine, it's safe for them, and it was Rufio approved. So
Love that. Love that.
you buy this container, and if you come back, you refill it at a lower cost. So we
Cute.
love a good resource like that. Tons of bakery stuff. You could buy plants there, art,
They got everything.
pastries. I got a cookie as big as my head.
Nice, nice, nice.
But the icing on the cake was, in fact, the Sasquatch sighting ice cream.
Yes.
Everything about that was delicious. Chocolate ice cream, chocolate peanut butter ice cream with chocolate chunks and pretzel bits and numminess.
I love them leaning into like the local lore.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Big fan.
There was an artist there who was like doing like these really cool prints and stuff, and I fear I need to go back because I can't get this print out of my mind that is specifically reminding me of you.
Oh, me?
And so the thing is, he
Is it
does
the
like
Mothman?
no, it wasn't the Mothman, but it is like oddity leaning into cryptids and ghost storytellings art.
Mm,
And
mm.
this one just stood out to me, and I was like, it's really giving Cassie, and Michael even agreed. So I
Oh
need to
my
go back and
God.
get it.
Oh my God. I can't wait.
So, and I really hope I'm not hyping it up too much and you do love it.
Oh, first of all,
But
it's from you, so automatically I love it.
I
And I'm sure
often
it's amazing. You have great taste.
I often think that if you see something that reminds you of somebody, then that is a good gift for them.
Yes.
Like
Agree.
that usually checks out. So, yeah.
Heavy agree. I'll have to find a place of prominence.
Yeah, I don't think there's any room on your wall. It might have to go in front of you.
Well, even better, because then I can look at it all the time while I'm working, right? So it's like
You can go next to the Ouija board.
there's a little space. It depends how big it is, but there's a space.
5 by 7.
We can fit it. We can totally fit it. And
I love that we're planning this.
it's really great because then it'll be next to the fuck the patriarchy
Oh, I
cross
forgot I
stitch that
got
you
that for
got
you.
me for my birthday the one year. Yeah, so good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah, so all good stuff. Tonight we're going to hit the night market, and I'm very excited about that. That's a
Love.
regular thing here. And yeah, I mean, don't
Oh yeah.
really don't really have anything else to say. I
Ah,
mean, long week,
excellent.
but not a bad week. So,
We'll take it. We'll take it. Um, well, as discussed before we even hit the recording button, because you're so on top of it, I'm
Mm-hmm.
kicking us off this time.
Yes, you are.
Where in the world are we today? The answer is Australia.
Oh, we're going down under.
We're going down under. I do a terrible Australian accent, so I'm going to try to, therefore, do everything with an Australian accent. So I'm talking about Kaylee Cahill.
Okay, that's a name.
Yep.
All these names have been names. Continue.
I know, right? So here we are, quiet night once more, outside of Melbourne, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I've been.
Me too.
Glorious, beautiful place. We love it. I would like to move to Australia or New Zealand.
Maybe New Zealand. Australia has some really fucking creepy ass bugs, dude.
I mean, that is a good point. That is a good point.
That's all I'm gonna say. But you
But
and I living in New
also,
Zealand, I could see that.
okay, yeah. I really did like New Zealand quite a lot too. Anywho, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple. They're driving along a rural road, the kind of road where your headlights go on for like ages because there's literally nothing.
Yeah.
And then something appears ahead. They see a set of lights in the sky. Ding, ding, ding. The
Ding,
usual.
ding, ding.
At first, they're like, okay, that's a plane or some sort of aircraft formation, several planes, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But they continue watching, and the behavior gets weird. The lights themselves shift and expand and move in ways that don't match planes. And then, oddly enough, they're no longer alone. According to Kelly Cahill, multiple witnesses independently report seeing the same phenomenon, but later fragments of something more disturbing starts to surface, and it's not just lights, and it's not just missing time, but a shared perception that does not fully align across every observer involved. And that's where the case becomes scientifically important.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. This is in the 1990s. So this is like a little later than most of the cases that I've discussed. Actually, I think
But
all
the
of the
90s
cases
are
so far.
good.
We love the 90s, big fan. At this point, UFO culture is like heavily influenced by television documentaries, books. Pretty sure there was even like a drama or like a soap or something called Roswell, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Abduction narratives are already like very standardized in popular media at this point. Hypnosis-based memory recovery is widely discussed but still considered controversial, and public skepticism and belief coexist in a highly polarized information environment, which makes this case particularly interesting for like cognitive science because
Mm-hmm.
it occurs in a fully formed like UFO mythology era, whereas other cases were like narratives that were still emerging. Here we have like an interpretive framework that already exists. So that means perception and memory are interacting with pre-built expectations that have been set forth by these other cases.
Yeah.
So, according to the various accounts associated with this, multiple individuals observe bright, unusual aerial light source, apparent hovering or structured movement, behavior inconsistent with conventional aircraft, and then all of a sudden a sense of escalating uncertainty among the witnesses. And so it's still like a little bit of like a weird, ambiguous thing that people experience at this point, um, which is kind of like the key to all this. So let's talk about why the witnesses are not seeing this shit identically, even though they're all saying that yes, this happened on the same day at the same time, but they're all seeing something different.
Yeah.
So one of the most important scientific aspects of this case is that the multiple witnesses do not necessarily perceive identical reality, even when they're observing the same external stimulus, right? So, modern neuroscience and perception research both show that attention is not shared, even in shared events. So, each observer, therefore, focuses on different visual elements and they prioritize a different sensory, like cue, and filter information through individual expectation systems. So even in the exact same moment, no two people are experiencing identical perception of something.
That is interesting for previous episodes. Continue.
It sure is, right? It's also very odd to me because like I had never actually took the time to think about this, but that totally makes sense.
Yeah. No, no two people are the same, obviously.
No.
So it makes sense that nobody, even if you and I were in the same room, had the same experience, it's going to be different for. That totally tracks. I don't
It totally tracks, but I just have
It's
never
very
taken the
cool.
time to like think about it. So,
Yeah.
when stimuli like this are ambiguous and weird, your brain will fill in the missing information. We've discussed this. These fills will differ between people, and so the emotional state will influence what is then considered like a completed like experience, right? So this can lead
Yeah.
to the divergent descriptions of the same thing, or like conflicting recollections of shape and motion and behavior, or later attempts to reconcile differences in a shared narrative, right? Or that it's changed over time because we discussed this last episode. So after the event, everybody gets not everybody gets together, but like there's this collective like reconstruction of after the event. They discuss what they saw. Their language starts to align. Memory details start to become synchronized over time, and uncertainty is gradually replaced with like a very structured, a very certain narrative, right? So even if they all know at the beginning that something was slightly different, the more that they talk about it, the more they align on things, the more the other people will start to question what they saw, and eventually you'll come to this shared, consistent, like narrative amongst the group. It's
Yeah.
not meant to be deception, it's just considered like cognitive alignment. So, as the narrative develops, Kelly Cahill and others report more structured abduction related elements. So this includes like missing or disrupted time perception, the sensation of being observed or approached by non-human entities, fragmented recall of interactions, and emotional distress during recollection. We have these uh, right, fragmented recall of interactions, and then we also have emotional distress during recollection. So all of these elements will align with broader UFO abduction templates that have already been established in these like prior decades, but it's important because by the 1990s, the abduction narrative is very culturally known. So that means memory reconstruction is no longer occurring in like an isolated space. It's occurring within an existing framework. So they start
Hmm.
to align their narrative based on what already exists because maybe it makes more sense to their brains, for example. So let's talk about some environmental misidentification associated with this case. One, the light source of like misinterpretation around this. So at night, in rural environments, distance perception becomes unreliable, and atmospheric conditions can distort the light, and motion parallax is very difficult to judge. And so stars, aircraft, and even like just regular like terrestrial lights, like lampposts, whatever,
Yeah.
it can all appear anomalous and weird. And the brain starts to classify ambiguous light behavior by using familiar categories. And so when no category really fits cleanly, all of a sudden the object becomes unknown and unidentified. Then you have the cognitive modeling of unknown objects. So once an object is then classified as unknown, the brain might start to assign structure where nothing's confirmed, or interpret movement as intentional, or attribute agency to something that has nothing to do with anything with the stimuli. And so it's normal predictive processing function. So all of a sudden it's like, I can't tell what that is. Oh, it's got to be an alien. Look how weird it's moving or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Then in group context, you experience something called memory drift. So over time, group witnesses might experience converging narratives, shared vocabulary reinforcement, gradual alignment of uncertain details, and increased confidence in reconstructed memory. And so that process can make the final story feel more certain than the initial experience itself. And so this case stands out because it combines three key UFO narrative elements. We've got multiple witnesses now, where apparently like Cahill was alone, and then all of a sudden there's all these other people around who have seen this shit. Group discussion about it, which enables memory synchronization, and then later recall structuring, which allows abduction style narrative frameworks to emerge retrospectively. And so together, all of these create one of the clearest modern examples of how shared human perception evolves into a shared story, basically.
Hmm.
Um, Now, the case forces a pretty difficult interpretive like tension because if like multiple people here are independently reporting a similar extraordinary event, does that imply that externally in fact happened? Or does it demonstrate how like this sense of like perception and social reinforcement and memory reconstruction can converge into a more shared like belief system? And so in group cases like this, the line between like what was seen and what was agreed upon become like very blurred and weird. And so if a group of people stands under the same night sky and they see something they can't totally explain, and then later their memories of that moment become more structured and more detailed and more aligned, are they actually remembering the event, or are they collectively constructing what the event was? And so, in a case like this, I think the question to ask is like, not necessarily what did they see, but like, did they like actually all see the same thing, or is it just like after they discussed it, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, must have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the case of Kelly Cahill. I mean, the thing that's interesting about this one is that I like that it was like all of a sudden they thought they were alone, and then all of a sudden there was like, no, there were several people around. And yeah, we all saw this thing. That's a
Mm-hmm.
weird context to me because it's like, well, did they all like get picked up from different places? Did they like like I couldn't really decipher when I was going through the research on this. I think I think that I think that it's possible, but I think what the weird thing is the initial report is like didn't include anything about abduction, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh yeah, we were all abducted, by the way." Like that's weird.
It it's giving. We want more publicity. Let's also throw this in there because that was a
Exactly.
collective decision. It
Y-
sounds like.
Yep, yep, I agree. I believe they saw weird lights.
Yeah, which weird lights constantly happen.
Yep.
I'm
I
not going
don't.
to downplay that in any way, shape, or form. They clearly witnessed or saw something.
Hmm.
I don't believe they were abducted
No.
because it was weird that it was like,
Yeah.
just
Right.
to throw
Boop.
that in there.
Yeah, by the
It feels
way,
like I want 15 minutes of fame. Give it to me now.
yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly right. Um, so I think they saw weird lights, and I think that's really the only conclusion that I can like arrive at. I don't know that they're really making that up, especially if like several
Mm-hmm.
people like saw weird lights independently, and that's the part where they were still independent of one another and still hadn't had the time to discuss it and everything like that.
Yeah,
Um, I think that's really the only true piece of it that we can take away.
I agree.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the Kelly Cahill case. But the thing is like every time you see weird lights in the sky, I don't think it's necessarily aliens, but I think it could be in some cases.
Agreed.
Yeah,
It could always be,
yeah,
doesn't mean that it always is.
that's exactly right. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence in that I believe them that they saw something. I just don't know if what they saw was actually an extraterrestrial, or if it
I'm
was
with you
just
on that.
fucking like a weird ass plane and it's the middle of nowhere and it just looked weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 100% I agree with you on that. Just some of it feels a little off, and that's why I'm like, I see that you, or I believe that you see something, but I don't know that you were taken. I don't, I don't believe that.
No.
So, that was really well done, though,
Thank you.
regardless. It is making me think about the, I think it was like 3 episodes ago now. It was the two witnesses.
The guys.
Yeah. And how
Yep.
they experienced the identical thing. Now I'm like,
Mm.
maybe you didn't experience shit.
Maybe you experienced one thing that was weird, then you like just decided like, yeah, and by the way, like, did you also like whatever? Not
I'm like,
because like either because they wanted attention or it's because like one of them just like their brain was like, by the way, it could be this, and then they just like ran with it.
trying to make sense of what they saw. Yeah.
Like
Yep.
our brains are weird. Like they're so weird.
So weird.
Like literally so weird.
So,
So, you know, I think the thing is like with every single case so far, I don't discredit that they saw something odd.
yeah.
I just think in most cases I discredit that it was actually legitimately like they were taken aboard a craft and they were like, but I mean,
I agree with you on that.
yeah,
I know one thing's for sure. If I were to get abducted and taken onto a craft, I would beg them to just pick up my family and my borscht and like just take us away from here.
right? Be like, you don't need to put me back. It's okay.
Like I will, I'm
We'll hang.
happy to abide by your rules. Let's just
We can
please
like
don't. Do you see
assimilate.
what's happening down there?
Yeah,
Please.
totally, totally. So, yeah, anyway, that's Kelly Cahill in Australia.
Well done, borscht. Well
Thank you,
done.
Borsty. Thank you. What have
Well,
you for us today in the underground world?
I'm talking about the Dixia, Cheng, which is translated to underground city, and we're in Beijing.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I personally like that it's literally named underground city.
Well, we
Enough said.
we love an on the nose name. Love it.
Yeah. It was built between 1969 and 1979 under direct orders from Mao Zedong during the height of the Sino-Soviet border conflict.
Okay. Well, so
Yep.
checks out right away.
Checks out immediately.
Yep. Immediately. I'm like, yeah. Okay. That's yep.
This is a colossal subterranean complex, and it was designed to shelter up to 40% of Beijing's population in the event of a nuclear war.
There it is. There it
Yep.
is. I feel like more times than not, somehow it comes back down to like some sort of like
To
government,
war.
like war, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
if we look at what I thought was interesting while researching this, if we go back to Helsinki,
Hmm.
right? It
Yeah.
was built because of conflicts with Russia.
Yep.
So
Russia's the common denominator here.
Russia is very much the common denominator here, and China and Helsinki knew what they were doing. Anyways,
That's it. That's right. All right. So tell us more.
um, so the origins and the historical part of this, tensions between China and Russia, hello,
There it
during
is.
the Cold War came to head in 1969. With the Sino-Soviet border conflict, an undeclared military, they tested the will of both countries, essentially.
Okay.
Faced with that genuine threat of nuclear war, the chairman instructed his citizens to dig deep in tunnels, store food, and prepare for war.
I mean,
And that they did.
it's not like bad advice.
No, it's really not. He was trying to protect his citizens.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
see anything really wrong with that. An estimated 300,000 workers, many of them ordinary citizens, students, and soldiers, dug by hand using shovels, picks, and basic carts. The workers, even school children, were ordered to dig the many tunnels.
They're like, listen, kids, you're gonna
Yeah.
fucking learn today.
But it was the army that, unbeknownst to the general public, added the extended lanes for the top leaders to use in case of attack. Because, priorities.
Just in case.
Um, in a remarkable act of recycling the bricks from Beijing's old city wall, which Mao had torn down to make room for the modern city, were entombed in the underground as part of the construction. So that's pretty cool.
But it is.
Between 26 to 60 feet, 8 to 18 meters for those who aren't in the US. Beneath the city, tunnels stretch about 18 miles in length. It's spread over more than 52 square mile area. The complex was designed to be entirely self-sufficient. The various tunnel systems linked up around 10,000 automatic bunkers, plus restaurants, theaters, warehouse, factories, a mushroom farm, sports facilities, everything a community might need or want to survive a nuclear war. Even the ventilation system could be isolated from the outside air.
Hmm.
So they
So
were really
sophisticated.
preparing for what
Yeah.
could happen. And I would say during that time, I know it wasn't that long ago, that is
But
pretty
like,
sophisticated. Like the thought really did go into this.
yeah.
Um, Despite the enormous scale, the underground city was never used for its intended purpose. The feared Soviet nuclear attack never came. In later decades, parts of the tunnels took on very different role. The underground city came to house a large number of low-income residents who could not afford above-ground living accommodations, becoming home to a community sometimes referred to as Beijing's rat tribe.
Okay, I hate that, but I do like the concept of a place for them to go.
Don't love the name, but
Don't
yeah.
love the name, but I do, you know.
For a long time, the underground city was open to tourists as a curiosity of the Cold War history. A portrait of Mao stood amid murals of ordinary folks volunteering to dig the tunnels and fading slogans such as "Dig the tunnels deep," "Accumulate the grain," "Oppose hegemony." However, The underground has been closed since 2008, and as of recent reports, remains permanently closed due to visitors. Um, the underground stands as a powerful monument to the Cold War anxiety. An entire city built underground by the hands of millions, preserved today as a testament to one of history's most extraordinary civil defense. I have some issues with this, but also think it's very cool, right? You were building something to protect your citizens, but only 40% of them.
Yeah.
Which brings on my next question. Those who helped dig those tunnels, helped build this underground, were they on a list to
Yeah,
be
were they
guaranteed to be under there?
exactly were they guaranteed a slot? Now, to be fair, the population of China is insane. Even in just one little area,
Absolutely insane. So 40% is actually fairly large.
it is.
Um, it just leaves a lot of questions. I do like that at one point it was housing. Hate the
Don't
way
like
they went about it though.
don't like the name, like the concept.
Yeah, that is a great, like, they're not on the streets. They're
Yeah,
under them, but they're not on them.
but they're not on them. Yep.
Um, with it being closed today, I have conspiracy theories of my own.
Good. Okay.
I
Let's
mean,
hear them.
given the state of this world,
Yes.
given that China's population has grown substantially since then,
Hmm.
I think this is for only the elite.
Probably.
If I really had to, like,
Probably. I mean,
and I believe that's why it's closed to the public, closed to tourism. I think there's
I think that's
something else
probably.
going on down there.
I think you're probably exactly spot on with that.
So, and that's the Dixia underground.
Good
Another
coverage.
fun one.
Yeah.
I like that I'm seeing very similar things with specific areas. So,
It is pretty cool to see the trends over time. I have to admit, when I found out what your theme was for this season, I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought it was going to be like underground caves and like underground, like, like things like that.
mm-hmm.
There are so many countries all around the world and different locations within that have some sort of like either tunnel system or like even a city or like what
Yeah.
have you. And it's just so
Next
strange how
week's
it's
is
just
going to
this.
be really cool. I'm going to throw that out there.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh, I'm
leaving you
excited.
all on a cliffhanger, but
I'm
yeah.
so excited. But like it's so interesting to me that like none of these countries are talking to each other, but they're all having this
No,
similar like
but they all have the same idea.
really cool, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Good job, Bestie. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Um, so kids, of course, would always love your thoughts around these episodes, and these topics, I should say. And yeah, this was a fun one. I like this one.
Very
This was
much so.
good.
I did too.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. And of course, until next time.
Stay strange.